Hey, yeah, I want to talk to y'all about something real quick. I just thought about I wanted to go live yesterday and bring it up. Yesterday, I ran across a video. Hold on, let me put this up here, y'all. Check this out. Yesterday, I ran across a video of Shakur talking about the 144-pound catch weight. Now, my problem, what I have with all that, is the fact that everybody ran with the whole saying he been tricking the boxing game for too long. People remember that? Like y'all gotta remember that. If anybody could look at this and they don't feel like somebody's trying to trick them, come on now. Like I don't get it, Shakur. 1 minute is your skills that can take you, and if they put you in any situation, I, I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna tell everybody like this, man. Like Shakur, he embarrassing himself because at the end of the day, a video and a microphone will always be the kryptonite to someone that's blamed out for no reason. Shakur is caught on camera contradicting himself so many times. So just because he got on Showbiz the adult the other day and was like, I mean, because I didn't get it. Like I get that he don't want to go to 147, but that wasn't even a question that. And like that, he was in Showbiz face. Showbiz asked her a question and still found the way to flip it right there in front of Showbiz face. I'm live. I'm looking at it with everybody else. And Showbiz did not continue that topic. He just went along with it. Shakur made sure that they overlooked that. Don't bring that up. I said this so many times, man. But people gonna realize when they pockets start getting tapped and they not getting nothing. That's when people gonna realize I'm not a hater of Shakur. I respect Shakur. I'm from Newark, New Jersey for one. I just didn't like the fact that they do all these interviews and still we get no answers. What answers do we get? If anybody could tell me what answers did we was answered that we was okay with. Like let's be for real. All he said was, um, I'll do 144, but not explaining the fact that why he brought it up before, why he contradicted himself. That was the whole question though. Why are you crying? Though? I ain't crying. I ain't crying. No, I pushed record. I came up and I'm speaking on what I had a problem with. I'm not mad or nothing. I'm just pointing out the fact that the like it's contradictions in different videos. Like and nobody call it out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I understand people fans of boxing, cause maybe I'm just a different type of fan. Like, ain't no disrespect to nobody. You know what I mean? But that's just the way I see it. I feel like, look, I ain't nobody to tell anybody what is gonna be. But check this out. I've been saying this. 2026 is the year. None of the fighters can go anywhere. Like, especially the big name fighters. Like, none of them can go too many places, like, without giving us a big fight. But let's be for real, y'all. We just went through a drought that if these guys had it their way, they will weed around. Like even down to look at Richard Sanchez and Duarte. Look how that played out. Like this ain't no diss on Richard Sanchez or nothing. But I'm just saying, when we think that we got something big, it's always gets it always gets snatched away from us, and we be acting like it be cool until it keep happening time and time and time again. The- People gonna start speaking up. Like I said, you don't gotta disrespect the fighter. You don't even gotta disrespect. You don't even gotta disrespect a um a fan nowadays. Speaking your mind, speaking your mind on what you think is real. Oh shit! I ain't put my shit in. Speaking your mind on what you think is real. Salute. I appreciate that. Watching from the Philippines, and I ain't got no crazy topics. I mean, I ain't got no crazy sources. No, no. I'm just using my brain and what I see. Like you know what I mean. So, if this topic ain't for a lot of y'all, like I'm not getting my information from nobody. I'm getting my information from me using my my sense, my brain, and what I see and what I'm hearing, and the answers that I'm not getting. That's it. But check this out, y'all. We sit here and say that boxing. We sit here and say that boxing is giving us the best fights. No, boxing just been treating us okay with the fights that we settle for because we haven't been getting the best fights. One minute y'all saying the best fights, Javante Tank Davis versus Shakur Stevenson.
type of way about it because a lot of people making videos on but theirs is different. But a lot of people making videos speaking up on what they see from these boxers when they get in these interviews. We just let it slide. And if we could be up in people's comments, be on people's lives and address these like for real, when y'all get these opportunities and y'all jump on these boxers live, like just ask them a question. You human just like we is. Like, I mean, they human just like we is. This ain't no all they is boxers and they there for our entertainment. Without us, they ain't got nothing. And that is a fact. Nobody can tell me I'm lying about that. But that's what we need to start taking back control over. Stop letting these guys tell us what's going on. I mean, they can tell us what's going on, but stop telling. Well, we should have to settle for they answers, cause the answers really be subpar, yo. Like I'm talking about, so it be so light that I could like a kid would be like, huh? Like what? But remember when 1 minute Keyshawn Davis was saying how much he learned from Javante Tank Davis. As soon as he seen that him and Javante, now that's sad, y'all. Soon as he seen that Javante Tank Davis and Shakur was really not like cool no more, pay attention. All of a sudden, that's when he came out like he been tricking the boxing game for too long. He been tricked now for a guy that just got into boxing. I'm talking about a guy that just became professional within Keyshawn, right? How you go from that, you experienced that with Tank when you first started boxing to experience he been tricking the boxing game for too long. That because the media and the people that stand up for their favorite fighter and they not being down the middle talking about boxing, that's where these fighters get it from. We may sit here and act like these fighters don't. They paying attention to me. Anybody that make a video and they put their input on something, I guarantee you, especially if these fighters don't like it or if they do like it, they paying attention just like we paying attention to them. The only difference is that they got a little bit of um. They don't got to get on social media, but they want to get on social media because they like the fact that a lot of people be D-riding. They like the fact that a lot of people, like keep it somewhat real on them. But you know what I mean? Even though they don't like it, but they gotta come check the ones that even that's even checking them, like that's putting them in their place, and that is a fact. Ain't nobody can tell me I'm lying about that. But that's where they gotta start at. They gotta start with these guys that's getting these opportunities to talk to these fighters just to keep it 100. But as long as we gonna have yes men around, y'all know what's up. A yes man is only good for one thing, yo, and that's just saying yes. That just agreeing with it, whatever you say. Yes, master, all that. Like for real. Like I be hearing people like, yo, check this out. I be hearing people like talk, bring up these fighters, right? And then they jump into this. We black pro black. We this. I'm like, what? I'm like, what? Where did that come from? But then they act like, oh, Shockey Foster not black. They act like Javante Tank Davis not black. Like Keyshawn Davis. I mean, no, yeah, they act. Yeah, I seen them do it. Act like Keyshawn Davis not black. They act like Rolly. I don't know if he full black, but I feel like all I'm saying is y'all get my drift. I hear these guys on these big channels. I'm talking about they probably got feel like there's thousand of views, right? People see this, right? And they've been around for years. To see these channels go from being like just like one of us, this ain't afraid of the moment. Ask these guys the question. To see them channels go from that to where they at now, it's sad, man, for real. Because like all along, that tell you that no matter how long it take, a fake person will stay in a position just to trick you, yo. Like for real. Like I watched it so many times. I watch guys have like really in a live view. I mean in a live action. No lie. I seen people like 10,000 people in there at one time. Like And I seen it drip from there till people just started catching on and realizing like, yo, hold up. I'm coming over here listening to him, and then like 95% of whatever that he be talking about, it never come out, it never be true. And then that's why they came up with that saying, oh, everything in boxing subject to change. I'm telling y'all, man, y'all stand for something, or y'all fall for anything. I'm telling y'all that right now. So whatever y'all believe and y'all see, matter of fact, it shouldn't be whatever y'all believe. Like, if you smart and you got a brain, that's all you need. Your eyes ain't tricking you. And if somebody say, "Oh, you don't know boxing," you got common sense. You know what's going on, man. Ain't nobody can tell me that they got on an interview. I mean, they seen these interviews lately, and the question that they have for these guys, for one, they argue y'all. Look, these the channel members. I mean, the people that run these channels. They argue y'all down, tell you you don't know nothing about boxing. You could drop a whole fact on them. They'll tell you you don't know nothing about boxing, and then turn around and try to throw some shit out there, hope that it stick, right? And when it don't stick, they come back to you and call you a hater. Now, remind you, all you did was give up the answer. But being the fact that they didn't get the answer right, and they had to go to somebody in the comments that got the answer, because that's what 90-something% of these guys sources is. Don't let them trick y'all. All of us that be on, well, I don't be on Twitter like too much, but I do posts. But a lot of us that be on Twitter and what that is, Snapchat or TikTok, whatever. A lot of us that be on those, that's we they source, and that's how I see it. Because I'll be thinking more people in the comments than the people that actually running the channels. The people in the comments is smarter than the people that actually running the channel. Because once they believe something, like once something come in their head and they say it could be a whole stone cold lie. But once they set it on wax on camera, they gotta stand for it. Take like I said, take the Three Stooges for example. Look at the only and I say this because I'm a man and I stand and I stand up for it and I believe it. The only one out of them Three Stooges that I got a little bit of respect for is Champ Side. But BFTB and Blue Blood, name a time that they kept it a buck with y'all. And name a time that you hit a nerve that you got blocked from their channel. Name a time that you hit a nerve that you been called out of your name. You became a Earl sexual. I know I supposed to became a Earl sexual just because I disagree with a guy. Check this out though. Then all of a sudden I became a tanker maniac because I speak up on what I be feeling like they be trying to drag Tank name through the mud. But then when people like me get up in them comments and be like, yo, bro, it just don't make sense. What you saying and what's actually going on, it ain't adding up. Y'all feel me? So don't let people let y'all think that y'all don't play an important part. Cause y'all definitely, y'all matter of fact, we play the most important part. Cause these guys ain't putting that footwork in like us. Because when you smart, you just smart. If you ain't got no brain cells up there, then I don't know what to tell you. But I'll tell y'all one thing. I just wanted to get on wax. I wanted to come live, and I wanted to address that. I wanted to say the fact that I don't think that Shakur Stevenson has been keeping it real with us. And I'm sorry, as of for right now, too, yo, and while I got y'all attention, yo, Gary Antoine Russell, man, like, no lie, man, like, he lost me as a fan for right now. Like, he truly lost me as a fan for right now. Cause I went from listening to Gary Russell talk, man. And when Gary used to talk, I used to be like, nobody, me at home, I used to be really telling people that nobody in boxing is like that guy right there. I was saying Tank wasn't like him. I was saying Frank Martin wasn't like him. I was saying Shakur wasn't like him. Keyshawn Davis. I really put Gary Russell Jr. I mean Gary Antoine Russell on this pedestal. No lie, I did. I put him on this pedestal until he said what he said about Shakur. That rubbed me the wrong way. It may not hit everybody else the same, but it rubbed me the wrong way because since day one I seen Antoine Russell or even heard how he talked about the way he going about his career and his boxing and how to where he want to get to. No lie, my level of respect was for him was up there like the way I got for Earl Spence. No lie, my respect for him was up there like that. Probably was even more because Earl went through his. Earl said, I ain't gonna do no tune-ups and all that other stuff. And he stood on that. Gary Antoine Russell had me fooled. Not fooled. He had he captured me by telling me that he gonna do that. So then when you hear God talk with so much sense and so much like understanding, you ain't got I mean, I had a choice, but I choose to believe him. And I say, you know what? Don't nobody think like him. And that's why he gonna be great. And I felt like he was running them away until he got up in that ring. It wasn't even about that he doubled down on it, but the fact that he got up in that ring in front of everybody after fighting one of the hardest guys in that division and say, I'm gonna beat up Dalton Smith. I get that. I'm gonna go to what's called it. But the fact that he said I'm gonna save Shakur for last, I was asking myself, like, what happened to that energy that you were saying? If you got a belt, you in my way. Like Gary Russell, Gary Antoine. I don't know if you're gonna see this, but when I say I was a big fan of you, bruh, I was a big fan of you. You did lose me, bruh. That kind of talk just don't go along with what you was talking about months and a couple of years ago. I get that the business thing is what's called it, but you know and I know, and it's not just about Shakur. It's just the fact that you addressed it, Shakur, in that manner as saving him for last. As a boxer, and anybody that want to see these best fights happen, let's be real, y'all. Let's keep it a buck with ourselves first. That fight happened next. Ain't nobody complaining. Ain't nobody mad. It's probably gonna do the same amount of numbers since everybody's saying the belts don't matter. Remember, y'all, the belts don't matter. Now, right now, I ain't trying to say it's at his highest, but come on, Gary Antoine Russell, you got a whole career going on. So if you fight Shakur now or later, doesn't matter. You still got roadblocks in front of you because you down the line. I'm pretty sure you're gonna want to see Devin Haney. I'm pretty sure you're gonna want to see Richardson still. Like Dalton Smith ain't no walk in the park for nobody. And that guy that you just got out the ring with, he about to bust a you too. Like he don't just drop out the rankings. Like who else could deal with him? Like let's keep it a buck, y'all. And that's why I be saying a lot of people be acting like they know boxing until it's really time to sit down and talk boxing. I ain't talking about talking up and speaking good for your favorite fighter. I'm talking about let's talk boxing. Let's talk about what's was being done, what's not being done, and what's actually being said from these guys. Let's be real, y'all. What's being said from these half of these fighters is not being done. True or false? I just didn't get it. I, and yo, hey yo, I want to. I don't know if I can show them, but y'all know boxing ego is one of the realest. I tell you no lie, and I'm saying that because he look like clockwork. Look at this. Let me see. Oh, this 56 minutes ago. Boxing ego even doing the West Coast. He said exposing he exposed Shakur. Oh, Raymond. See, look, and y'all, hey yo, can we be fair? because I just don't want to be a tape recorder. I don't want to keep repeating myself. But can we be fair to say that T.O. was a name and but he was a guy that we seen actually get beat in the ring? True or false? Like, we seen T.O. lose even when they raised his hand. We seen T.O. get dropped before. I'm not running with that. He was sick. I'm just saying, I'm just calling a spade a spade. Yo, it's crazy, man. That's why I put mad respect on. That's why I put mad respect on certain fighters' name, yo. Like, it's guys that never get them opportunities, but I guarantee you, they throw them in the ring, they get it done. They get the job done. And I'm talking about get the job done like this, get it over the hump that to the point that we just get a fight. Nowadays, like some of y'all favorite fighter selling y'all a dream and a hope that they're gonna fight at least at least a credible opponent. Nowadays, like the fights that we be saying, oh, you know what? Now I ain't talking about the fanboy talking. I'm talking about when we sit back and we be like, yo, that fight is I look at that fight. I love to see that fight. When them fights come to the table, keep it real, y'all. Keep it on it. We know them fights is getting scrapped. If I ain't mistaken, I said that. Watch. Matter of fact, I am on video somewhere, and I said that. Watch Devin Haney find his way out of this Rolly Romero fight. Devin tried to take the route of, oh, Rolly think he big time? Oh, yeah, go show us you big time. But all along, me as a fan, I just want to see them two fight. Being the fact that they said they was fighting each other, Devin said it was a good deal. Devin said that him and his team was pleased with. But I said this already. So I'm gonna just jump off that topic. But man, I can't wait for Earl Smith to come back, man. I can't wait for the big fish to come back. Because at the end of the day, I know for sure I could count on if he say he gonna fight, he gonna fight. And that's a point, and that is point blank period. If Earl tell y'all he gonna fight, Earl gonna fight. Name a fight that Earl signed up for. Got an offer. Come to matter of fact, even if he was the type to come on what, name a fight that Earl ever was scheduled to go into. I'm told that we all okay. Oh snap, ain't nothing else to do but to what sign it. Just name a fight that Earl gave us that we was like really mad at. Even the Mikey Garcia fight, we wasn't mad at. Mikey Garcia moved up to welterweight to challenge Earl Spence because he sings something. But even that fight, you can look at Earl whole catalog. That's crazy. Am I lying? How many people how many people will agree with me that from his first fight on to his last fight with Terrence Crawford, every last one of them was excited. See, that's why I like talking boxing. Because when you got to keep it real and make people stand on something, that's why the real gonna separate from the fake. Because a fake person, 9 times out of 10 gonna say what? You a clown. You just a whole bunch of nothing, right? And then you double down on it. Tell people start doing that. Double down on it. Don't get tricked out of your spot. You ask the question. You ask these guys something. Don't because they said something smart to you or call you out your name or disrespected you. Don't make that the reason why you never go back to that question. Stand on that question. Now, if it continues and he continue to call you out of your name, then you just got no choice but to drop it and say, you know what, you just don't want to answer it because you don't got the answer. Like 95% of these channels that's out here telling y'all that they got Jews. They 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 got sources. They ain't got no sources, y'all. You don't remember that you posted that up and they trying to make you feel good. You posted it up probably like a month ago and then they tell you to send them a they tell you that they sources told them the same old thing that you announced months ago. Just because your channel wasn't big or your name ain't out there like that. A lot of people, yep, y'all know what it is though. But I'm gonna say this though, man. 2026. This the year I was waiting for. Because the real gonna separate itself. And I truly believe that. We might get it's not gonna be too many fights that we gonna get. I ain't talking about from Zoo for boxing. It's not gonna be too many fights that we gonna get that we gonna be that we not gonna be pleased with. For real. Starting in 2026 now, think about it, y'all. Let's start all the way down. Let's just start at 130. Even though, like, you know what I mean, that's as far as I'm willing to go down. Like, as like I'm I'm a diehard boxing fan. Like, I look at fights, but as like really following the guys, besides Bam in a way, Shoo, you know what I mean? But other than y'all get what I'm talking about. But from 130 to 154, I, yeah, man. This the year that the real gonna separate itself. Mark my words, y'all. Mark my words. The real gonna separate itself. Ain't gonna be no more. Ain't nobody could pussyfoot around no more. Even if they try. You know what I mean? There's gonna be a lot of hurt fans. Y'all about to see a lot of people flipping all over the place. People that wasn't fans of this fighter. They already transitioned. They are transi fuck it. Transitioning. Y'all know what I mean. I sound stupid as hell on camera. But y'all get what I'm talking about. Yo, they 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 already um working on a new fighter. I seen a couple of fighters that couldn't stand. I seen a couple of channels that couldn't stand certain fighters, and now they trying to weed their way around, weed their way around, and trying to act like they supporting them. I seen this happen. But look, y'all, 2026. Just remember, Carl Brown said this. Deborah Newman's son. Just remember, I said this. From here, it's up. Like I'm talking about. At least we're gonna be getting better fights. Now, if any one of our favorite fighters or any fighter that we supporting hardcore, if they could find a way to give us a subpar opponent, they really went out their way. Because everywhere you turn, everybody that's standing next to somebody, let's be real, they have to fight somebody now. Look, Raymond Ford and Oshaki Foster. After that, it's just up from there. Can't go back to nobody mediocre. Shakur moved up to 140 already. It's up from there. You can't go back down to 135. I said that from the rip. From the time he said he's going to fight T.O., I said, I asked anybody, who want to bet me that Shakur don't go back down to 135? But he's small, y'all. But this what y'all being told. This my problem right here. That I can call stuff out like this. I can stand on it. I'm on wax. And I'm happy saying it, and I know I'm not capping, and ain't nobody ever gonna call me a liar. Not because I'm tough or anything like that. Just the fact that the real is just real, and it's not. You can't even dispute that. So when it comes to these fighters, and I speak on things, I may be a lot of things to a lot of people on a channel, but one thing for sure, they'd never call me a liar. I told BFTB to his face, he's a liar. I know he's a liar. He know he's a liar. He don't like to be called a liar, but he know he's a liar. He a pathological liar. He lie for no reason. So with me even telling him that, he never once told me to my face that I was a liar. Now making a video and try to say people be lying on him, that's different. But I told you to your face that you was a liar. You never told me I was a liar because you even with with you being a narcissist, with you straight up being a stone cold liar, you know that you couldn't bring yourself to call somebody else a liar that tell the truth all the time. The truth hurts, and that's the problem with guys. And once us as fans start really bringing that bringing that to the front of the class and start telling people like, yo, what's real and what's not real. I mean, what's real and just stand on it instead of trying to please them. Yeah, y'all will see a difference. See, I feel different because I know not a bone in my body be lying. So even when I got on here and I hear people like oh boy, I don't know if I'm a can of paint. What is it? BXCCI? Whatever that is. But he asked me, he said, "Why are you crying though?" Anybody that seen this, anybody that can see this video or hear the words that come out of my mouth and hear what I addressed, I guarantee you they'll never say that I'm crying. What they're gonna say is that, damn, that sound like a fighter that's fed up. I mean, that's I said fighter. I am a fighter. But look, that sound like a fan that's just fed up of being tricked. Like, that's just what I call tricking the boxing game for too long. When you go on multiple platforms and still leave the fans wondering what's next for you or what you doing. Like, that's just me. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just a realist. And bullshit will always rub me the wrong way. Like I was told by family members before. Sometimes you just gotta learn to keep your mouth closed. Even if you mean good intention. Even if that's what you want. Sometimes some people is just wired to just go their route and stand on what they believe, and they don't give two shits about what we believe. They could know that they lying, and they still gonna say, "You lying. I'm not lying." And then you be like, "How am I lying when you said this?" They Showbiz just said this. And he still found the way to just flip it right in his face. That's what y'all want me to believe. And Showbiz just put the he was fanned out. And it's crazy because I feel like he got a lot of credentials. I feel like he could meet probably any one of the boxers. Like I was shocked to see how fanned out he was that Shakur Stevenson was on his live. And I got mad respect for Showbiz. This ain't no diss Showbiz. This ain't no diss whatsoever. I just didn't like the way you covered it. And I told you this. Soon it happened. Soon I seen that video. First thing I did was jump under the comments and I spoke to and came directly to you. It's not like I went to nobody else saying Showbiz a clown or nothing like. Nah, I don't even think that. I think you one of the coldest ones out here that's doing this too. You know what I mean? You show up, you show proof. You you put your money where your mouth is. You make big bets. You make small bets. You make all type of bets. So this ain't no diss to you. You know what I mean? Yeah, I just felt like I said in my comment to you, I felt like you held back. Not saying you was trying to save face, but I felt like you was being a fan. No lie, I felt like you was being a fan, and I just probably would have expected more. Cause when I look at your shorts, and I look how you take how you do these topics, and you stand on it, and you address it straight like that. I seen something different when Shakur was in your face, and I'm just keeping it 100. I didn't see that same old, 10 for you, Showbiz. I didn't see, um, Squad Up. I didn't see the War Room. I didn't see the War Room Showbiz. And you know what I mean? That's just my take. But like I said, I still haven't went back and like doubled down and looked at it again. I was in a lob, so I just trust what I was. I mean, I know I'm not slow, so I trust that what I seen. That's what I seen. And Showbiz, you know what's up, man. Like I get your take. You maybe you thought that he was just talking about just 147. No, the whole 144. Like I just want to know why all of a sudden nobody can ask these questions. Like, hey yo, Shakur, remember when you said you would never do a catch weight? Catch weight is for the weak. Catch weight take away from your victory. Like no matter what weight class you go to, like your skills gonna prevail. Like you not a small guy. And if we gonna call a spade, if Shakur small, what is Tank? I'm just saying, if Shakur small, what is Pitbull Cruz? I'm just calling these things out like I don't get that. If these guys are small, I mean, if Shakur is so small, what is these guys? I don't get it. But like I said, ain't no diss to you, Shakur. This just how I feel as a fan. I feel like you say a lot of things and you do little to make those things that you say that you want happen. I never seen you actually call somebody out. Like I said, no diss, but I never seen you actually call somebody out. Even when your call out with Javante Tank Davis, your beef not with Floyd, your beef is with me. Like that was subpar, man. Like I don't know how many other people was pleased with that, but for me, nah, I just wasn't. It just wasn't for my liking. Maybe somebody else, somewhere else, jumping head over heels, and maybe you dropped enough for them to say, yo, Shakur answered my question. You just didn't answer mine. I felt like you be subpar with your what's called it. I felt like I do feel like you contradict yourself. I felt like you say things and then when it's time to really put those things in place, like let's be real, you is the champion. You said you want to make the biggest fights ever. This just my this just from me to you. You said this all I'm saying. You said Shakur Stevens. You said you want to make the best fights, the biggest fights ever, right? You said that you is there for the biggest fight. You don't want nothing else but the biggest fights, right? Right? They put you on the pound for pound list, number 3. That gotta hold some type of weight, right? All I'm saying is follow me. Follow where I'm going because like a lot of people would take these things, what you said, and like I said, they okay with what you said and is leaving it as that. I'm not. But you say you want to fight the best. You on a pound for pound list. You well from the where I'm hearing people saying that you the god now, right? I'm pretty sure you backed that up too. You said I told y'all, I told y'all that this I was gonna get that spot. Okay, okay. Let's just say that spot is respected. That's where you at. You the guy that making the spot. Who making these fights? Are you willing to no? Are you able? Are you able to send a contract to any fighter that you want that you consider a big fight? Because when Tank was in this position, everybody held him accountable, right? I believe that Tank's still in his position, but I'm just talking about what everybody's saying the position of boxing is right now, right? Check this out. When Tank was in his position, right? Everybody held Tank to a standard. They said Tank had to send a contract. Tank had to make these fights happen. So whoever Tank fought that wasn't named Shakur, that wasn't named Devin. I'm just telling y'all from Blue Blood and all them point of view, right? If Tank Davis fought somebody and it wasn't named Shakur and it wasn't named Devin, now all of a sudden, well, when there wasn't named Keyshawn, even though they made Tank Davis inherit Keyshawn Davis, all of a sudden Keyshawn Davis became a key player, even though he bragging about four guys that never been stopped, but they subpar opponents. Nobody would never put them on a pound for pound list. I don't think we ever see them on a pound for pound list out of their whole career from now to the day they retire. So what is we talking about? So when people start saying they talking boxing and they be saying night and day, they would never talk like this because they got to save face. I don't. But anyway, now look, check this out, right? So if Shakur is in this position that everybody's saying that he in, right? Why can't Shakur send these contracts out? Is Shakur still waiting on Turkey? Because I just read something, and I read a lot of it too. Like basically, Turkey is not really that interested in boxing, like the way he used to be. Or put it like this: he interested in boxing. He interested in boxing, but I think Turkey made it clear that he not doing the like the whole rollout, like the Anthony Joshua, Devin Haney versus Shakur, and all them everybody on one card. Everybody said it then that I get it that you trying to say you making boxing free and no pay-per-views and none of this and that. What you gave the boxing, that was cool. But y'all act like y'all never seen that before. Y'all didn't. The only thing different that he did that Al Heyman didn't do. Matter of fact, Al Heyman did the same old thing. Al Heyman put Danny Garcia on the same cards of y'all favorite fighters. Like we had all of them on one card. So while we had the double main event with Jamel Charlo and Jamal Charlo. And say what y'all want to say them, but yeah, who not looking for them? Y'all not looking for them now because they not fighting. Let's keep it a buck, right? Now we gonna be talking boxing, right? So my thing is, if Shakur is in this position that he can make these fights happen, what's so hard about him? Instead of getting on social media, what's hard about him whipping something up, just sending it to Tank Team, post it. It's not about me being nosy or nobody else being nosy, but why Shakur can't whip up a little contract or a term sheet or anything. Send it to a guy like Frank Martin. Send it to a Gary Antoine Russell, or you just gonna respect the fact that Gary Antoine Russell said he gonna save you for last. So now you thinking the same old thing. You gonna save him for last too. Is that the play? Okay. Or if this what you want, no matter what Devin Haney say, no matter what Ryan Garcia say, you the man, right? Whip it up. Whip up a term sheet. Whip up a contract to send to them at 144. It doesn't matter what the answers is at this point. Because we ain't getting nowhere anyway. Because y'all words really, to me, don't hold no weight. Y'all words don't hold no weight. I don't believe half of the things that y'all saying. Because I haven't got none of the stuff that y'all was saying. I didn't get anything that y'all was saying. I didn't get the best. God, man. Yo, we can go so deep into boxing, y'all. But a lot of people won't like the rabbit hole that I'll go down. Let's be real. A lot of people would never like some people will, and only the real ones gonna respect it. But a lot of people ain't gonna like what I got to say. The rabbit holes that I could go down, and nobody could tell me I'm lying about it. Nobody can say that I'm a hater about it. Well, y'all can say what y'all want to say, but let's keep it a buck, y'all. I could go down a rabbit hole about every last one of y'all favorite fighters that's on that snack program and beat y'all body the fuck up. Like for real. Like beat y'all body up. Like it won't be nothing y'all can do about it. I can walk y'all down and I guarantee you, if you fake, all I'm gonna do is get called out my name because what me telling a story about boxing or something that I see, how that got your pennies in a bunch. That's the question that I got for you fans. How how is someone could get up on this on this live? Not only is they putting their reputation out there, they putting a face on it. So they ain't hiding behind no screen. They ain't hiding behind no screen because at the end of the day, people could be found, but it's not even that. It's not even that serious. All I'm saying is like when you put a face on, when you put a face behind what you talking, it hit a little different, don't it? If I wrote half of these things in the chat, it wouldn't hit the same. But for anyone that understand what's really going on, they respect my takes. They respect everything that I say. Like I said, as long as I never been called a liar, and if look, let's just say if I got called a liar or something on something that I speak on, right? Let's just say, right? I'm so much of a real yo. I'm so much of a real person, yo. Like for real, if somebody told me I was lying and I felt like I had to think and see if I was lying about it, no lie. No lie. I check myself first. But if I feel like I'm still right, I'm just standing on what I'm standing on. And if I stand on what I think is real and you feel like my shit was fake, 9 times out of 10, we just probably ain't gonna have that conversation because I go back and forth for a minute, but I can't do it. I can't do it over and over and over just to please your ego. Because at certain points, a real motherfucker like me go and look at it and say, hold up. You telling me I'm wrong, but you won't say I'm lying. So it automatically make me think, what am I talking? What the conversation is about who? Then you got to break down. And it's funny that you got to start asking people, who your favorite fighter? And then you ask these guys who their favorite fighter, and they tell you, matter of fact, they ain't telling you nothing. I ain't never hear a Devin Haney fan tell me, I, oh, yeah, I'm backing Devin up. That's my favorite fighter. Without without going at somebody. It can never be, it can never be Devin Haney, my favorite fighter. So be it. Boom. But you know what? I see this and I see this that Devin be doing. Every somebody tell me I'm lying. If I'm lying, every Devin Haney fan, every single Devin Haney fan, I never, not one time, I never heard them. I never heard them G check him. Like I'm talking about just everything, things that he said out his mouth. Like for instance, that Rolly Romero, Devin did so much damage control by coming up there and trying to, cause him and Bill they like to be the first ones. This is why I feel. I feel like they like to be the first ones to try to break the news. Like go back to that Brian Norman fight. Brian Norman, I believe Brian Norman when Brian Norman said, why Bill Wilding? Like Turkey came to all of us at the same time. Like we knew this was coming. We knew this was coming before the Jin Sasaki fight. Like remember, like why would he say that if he lying? I'm just saying, cause what did it do? Like let's just say if that was a both, if that was the truth, it still didn't move mountains. It still didn't do nothing extra. So why would he even think about the lie about that? Why would that even come across his mind to even say that? Why even bring up Jin Sasaki fight? If like all I'm saying, like, see, clout chasing is clout chasing. But lying on somebody that's keeping it real in y'all face, or just not just believing that person. That's on y'all. That's a y'all thing, man. That's how y'all feel. And like I said, when I hear people get called out of their names, people do y'all research, even if y'all don't want to say nothing. Every time y'all hear anyone in the comments getting called out of their name or getting talked down on, check out who their favorite fighter is. Watch how much understanding y'all get about boxing. Cause people gotta start somewhere. You know what I mean? We gotta start somewhere. We can't just keep on, oh, that's his channel, so we gonna go, we know how. No. I thought they was all boxing though, y'all. People don't talk like that. That's why. everybody try to save face. Everybody got someone to save. Like when Najee had that conversation with Terrence Crawford. Like it really was it really didn't make no sense to even ask Terrence Crawford who win between Shakur Stevenson and Javante Tank Davis. Keep it real. It ain't make no sense to even ask Terrence Crawford. You know and I know what that answer was gonna be. No matter what. Now, I get if you just wanted to hear what he's gonna say, but once he started talking, come on, how we stay on that topic? How we stay on that topic? And people and I get it, get y'all a bag. But if y'all ain't even getting a bag off of this, y'all ain't even getting nothing. Half of people ain't getting nothing off it. They just like the fact that they believe that they lie, is standing for something, and they know it's a lie, and they feel like they tricked y'all. So that's what they gonna stand on. So they just happy about that. So you could have a whole channel that don't make you a real one. Like look at Champ's Side. That dude got credentials, right? Where he be on college football. He be on women basketball. He be right? Everything. Chance supposed to be this entrepreneur. Let's be real, right? But to me, he 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 an entrepreneur, but he's a fake. And he a fanboy. And he don't stand for something. He he may got a lot going on, but he don't stand for something. Not nothing that I seen. That's all I'm saying. Well, y'all, I'm out, yo. I just wanted to come check this live out, man. Remember, y'all, real is real, fake is fake. There's nothing in between, straight like that. Don't let none of these fake dudes out here trick y'all out of y'all spot, trying to tell y'all what it is when y'all really know what it is. Like as long as you don't gotta guess yourself, and as long as you ain't gotta guess yourself, if you ain't got the answer, you just ain't got the answer. But when you got the answer and someone out here really trying to tell you or just trying to dish you or play you, at the end of the day, you ain't the problem. They the problem. So remember this: a fake person job is always to imitate what a real person do. And that is a fact. And we out on that one, y'all.